Good evening, Professor Brewer. It's nice to meet you like this. I'd like to welcome you into my home. I'm currently sitting at my kitchen table in my dining room of my house. It's a Saturday night around 9 o'clock. The kids have gone to bed, and my wife is upstairs with them so I can record this video. Really enjoying the class so far. I've definitely been learning. One of my biggest takeaways is the importance of that one single point. And tomorrow morning at church, I plan to utilize that a little bit more. And the me, we, God, you, we thing that I learned from Stanley's book, I'm also going to try to outline my sermon a little bit with that. So I'm excited for that opportunity. Right now, though, I want to utilize this time to share this video with you. My purpose of sharing this video with you is so that you can learn more about me by hearing about my 4 highest priorities. My first highest priority is my relationship with Jesus Christ. I became a Christian at 17 years old. I was a junior in high school, and up until that point had not really lived for the Lord. I had gone to church once in a while, grown up in a family of a lot of divorce and a lot of just kind of craziness at times. And so 17 years old, a lot of things happened to me. My mother and her second husband split up, so that was pretty traumatic. My father and his third wife split up, and the girl that I had been dating for almost 2 years in high school and I split up all within about a month of each other. And so that summer I was just really alone, didn't know what to do, and cried out to Jesus and ended up going to church with another gal to try to impress her. And God got a hold of my life, and I had a pretty radical transformation. I've been living for the Lord ever since. It's been 19 years this coming August, and 18 of those years I've been pursuing full-time ministry. 16 of those years I've actually been in full-time ministry. So it's a great thing. I am so thankful for my relationship with Jesus. It is the primary thing in my life, and I don't mean to call it a thing. It's a relationship, and it's the most important aspect to who I am and what I'm about. My second priority in my life is my family, and first in that list comes my wife, Amy. We met 8 years ago in January. We actually met online through a website called Christian Mingle. We jokingly refer to ourselves as those people. We dated for 6.5 months and ended up getting married, and our life has been pretty wild. It's a lot has happened in the last 7 years of marriage for us, and very thankful for that. But between moving a couple of times, getting married, taking on a church, and having a couple of kids, and one of those children, my oldest daughter, who my girls would be my next priority within my family. I have a 6-year-old named Journey, and I also have a 2-year-old named Breeze. Journey was born 1 pound 10 ounces, and she is our miracle from God. God worked mightily in her life, and she's a healthy, smart, beautiful 6-year-old little girl full of sass and energy. My 2-year-old, we jokingly said for 4 years if we had another little girl, we would name her Breeze so that she would be a breeze, because Journey took us on quite a journey. And so we ended up doing that. She's the complete opposite of her sister. She's this big, lovely, beautiful girl full of life and energy, but the complete opposite end of the spectrum from her older sister. My next priority after my relationship with Jesus and my relationship with my wife and my girls would actually be my work. And I take my work very, very seriously. I love the work that I'm able to do. I received a call from Jesus into full-time ministry when I was 17 years old. And ever since that time, this is really all I've known, all I've ever done. And so the ministry itself is my third priority. I love taking care of people. I love sharing the gospel with people, and I can't imagine doing anything else with my life. Having the opportunity to come back to seminary is a dream of mine. I waited a while to go back to school after graduating from high school because I dove right into full-time ministry 9 days after graduating from high school. So 7 years later, went back to college, graduated, then took another 7 years before I got here. So I'm hoping after this to go for my doctorate of ministry and hopefully have that wrapped up within the next 10 years or so. And then my next priority would be the church that I'm a part of. I believe our priority should be God, family, work, church, and I absolutely love my church. It's an inner city type church. It's very, very diverse, all kinds of people, all kinds of backgrounds, and it's just an amazing group of people. I am so blessed to be their pastor. I love the people that I get to minister alongside of. We actually started a ministry school this year, so very excited about raising some other folks up to take on churches in the future. And just am blessed every single day to get to go down into the neighborhood our church is a part of and love those folks. So those are my 4 priorities, and my goal in sharing these with you is, again, so that you can learn a little bit more about me by hearing about my 4 highest top priorities in my life. Thank you very much for listening.